everybody to the Fairfield Plantation open meeting, and I really wish it was more open so that we could get more feedback from everyone. Please be aware that we have sent out and requested that if you have questions, send them to us via the board email address, and we will address them. We'll go ahead and start the meeting. I'd like to invite the board to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Becker, would you establish a quorum, please?
I sure will, Mr. Barnwell. Mike Barnwell.
Here.
Dennis Brown.
Here.
Mickey Lloyd.
Here.
Don Harmon.
Here.
Myself, Ashley DeGrave. Here. Barry Gardner.
Here.
Shane McGuinn.
Here.
We've established a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. Secretary's report.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the November open meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Based on the fact that we all did previously review the minutes, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion November meeting minutes are approved. Treasurer's report, Mr. Harmon.
So far, we've collected 93% of all our assessments for the year, which is about the same as last year. Income is $59,000 favorable to for the year. Payroll is $95,000 less than budgeted for the year. Operating costs are running about even. So overall, our budget is in good shape, and we're holding good financial standings.
Great, thank you. President's report. Hopefully this finds everyone well and entering the new year with a renewed sense of optimism. This is a remarkably busy time of the year for your association and the board of directors. The main focus is the upcoming budget, which will determine POA fees for the upcoming year. The Budget and Finance Committee has had their initial meeting and their recommendations have begun. They will meet at least one more time, then their final recommendations will be forwarded to your board of directors. There will then be many hours of conversation and debate as each item in the proposed budget is thoroughly scrutinized and its benefit to the overall community thoroughly examined. On another note, the Document Management Committee is again working on a recommended change to our current declaration of restrictions. Once they are completed, the board will review those recommendations and either recommend their approval or suggest changes. Once that process is completed and the recommended changes will then be sent out to our residents for a vote. Please keep an eye out on that for further announcements on that particular subject. As you can see, many of your neighbors and fellow residents are once again getting involved and assisting in the business of the association. I would like to thank them for their efforts and the giving of their time for the betterment of our overall community. Operations report, Ms. Kennedy.
And my operations report touches on the budget as well. It's a brand new year. However, we're still battling some of the same challenges as 2020 with the COVID pandemic. Zoom meetings and masks have not slowed us down. Currently, the association's in full swing of composing the upcoming 2021 budget, 2021-2022 budget. Preparation actually began early December, as it takes a few months to get this task complete. The pandemic has caused a great deal of unknowns for 2020 as far as the budget goes. This has made this year's budget formation especially challenging, but we are still on schedule for the budget to be approved by the board of directors at the March POA meeting. And I also just have a few New Year's reminders of things that kind of comes due this time of year. All holiday decorations should be taken down no later than the end of January. Courtesy letters will be sent in the next few weeks, and fines may result if the property does not comply with our rules and regulations. Also, if you have a real estate sign in your yard, please make sure that you have a current sign permit. All the 2020 permits expire December 31st, and all sign permits run from January 1st to December 31st.
Okay, thank you very much. Number 6, under old business. We need a motion to ratify the December lot sale votes. This involved 6124 Fair Oak Drive, 5271 Hilltop Drive, 5015 Monticello Drive, 5510 East Stoneway Court. They've been voted on and approved, but now we need a motion to ratify those lot sale votes. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it. We have ratified the December lot sale votes. Moving on into new business. Recently it's come to our attention that our antiquated wood chipper has finally given up the ghost, and it's used a lot on the golf course. It's used when we have storms and we have to buy a new. So I need a motion to approve up to $34,000 for the purchase of a new industrial level wood chipper for the maintenance department.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it, motion is approved. In anticipation of this upcoming pool season, we need to let the new contract for the pool company. So I need a motion to approve the renewal of the pool/lifeguard contract with American Pools for the 2021 operating season in the amount of $149,340.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll make a second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. It has recently been brought to the board's attention by a board member that some of the playground equipment on our playground by the rec center is in need of repair. And we have run the general manager and the board member have run the numbers, and they think that they can get that equipment back up like it should be, in a safe condition and in a condition that the kids will enjoy, for $3,000. So I need a motion to reallocate $3,000 of the unused funds in the rec department for the purchase of playground equipment.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion passes. Next, the board has decided that we would like to get dock C and D completed and get the project moving now, so that hopefully we get it completed before the season gets in full swing. So for that, I need a motion to authorize the expenditure of up to $100,000 to add to previously approved monies to complete the purchase of docks C and D.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The motion passes. Lastly, under new business, we have been discussing shades at the country club pool, the best way to put them in, so that hopefully we can eliminate the annual expenditure on umbrellas that seem to self-destruct during the season. So we're gonna move that in that direction. So I need a motion to reallocate $50,000 from the rec center improvement fund to the country club pool shade project.
I'll make the motion.
Need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion is passed. That completes all of our new business, and then we'll move into lot management and lot sales. We are talking about selling lot 3014 Foxway Court. I need a motion to approve the sale of 3014 Foxway Court.
I'll make a motion.
I need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it, motion to sell 3014 Foxway Court is approved. Committee reports. Moving on in, we're in January, so we're due for some committee reports. First, let's start off with Shane McGuinn on greens, please.
Okay, on greens, as many of you know, we sprayed for weeds on the greens at the end of the summer. As our greens are up to 80% weeds, it left a lot of bare spots. The staff worked really hard over the fall to grow some grass. They made a lot of progress, not as much as we'd like. And the main problem being that the drainage on a lot of the greens is just very poor. So they could not control the water on the greens, like they need to grow new grass. There's a proposal right now to look into a process called drill and fill that would allow them to punch 12-inch holes into the greens and backfill with sand, and thus improve the drainage on those greens. So we're investigating that now, and hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. It's too cold right now to grow new grass on the greens. But we did grow new grass on the back 9 greens, and we don't want traffic on there to hamper the progress that's been made. So right now, the back 9 is currently closed, and it will remain closed for the time being. But the front 9 is open, and you can play on the front 9. Staff's working hard. I know it's a painful process, but we're making a lot of progress, and we're going to get there. In the long run, it's going to be good for the course.
Good. If anybody hadn't been lately, go out and take a look at the putting green, and you can see the direction that the course is going, and huge improvements. And my thanks to the new superintendent, Jason, that he's doing a very, very good job.
Absolutely.
Tiffany, recreation?
Well, we are looking into, getting a couple new apparatuses for the playground at the rec center. And, we're just hopefully, gonna spruce it up a little bit with some new pine straw and whatnot over there, or not pine straw, or I guess mulch, sorry, excuse me. And, we're looking to improve that and, getting ready for the season. And, we're just hoping for a good season. COVID's been even hard on us, but we're hoping for a good season.
Thank you. You want to go into community relations?
Community relations has also been kind of hit hard with COVID, not able to plan any kind of activities and events for the community. We really hope to get back into that, once, more and more people get the COVID shots and stuff like that, and hopefully we can renew efforts to planning events here at Fairfield.
Thanks, Tiffany. Let's go into planning document management. Barry?
And it's already been mentioned, document management's looking again at the revised declaration of restrictions. We had our first meeting in just about a year last week, and we looked at the strategy for moving ahead with the DOR. As you know, we had a vote in 2018 where we finally had a quorum. In other words, enough people in the community actually voted to make it a legitimate vote. And of that, the majority actually voted for the new DOR, but it still wasn't enough to make the minimum in order to make it happen. We missed it by 63 votes. So the momentum is there. The hang up last time around was the emergency special assessment clause. That clause which allowed the board to make an assessment for emergency repairs in the event of catastrophic natural events like the flood we had in 2009. We listened to you. We took that out of the revised DOR. As Mike mentioned in his president's report, we will then revamp it, which we've already done, bring that to the board. The board will take a look at it. If the board likes the changes that have been made, we then have to go ahead to bring it back to the community. The objective is going to be get that DOR out. It's 50 years old. It's time to update it and get it completed by the end of this calendar year. So you'll be hearing about it in the near future. But we're heading in the right direction. We've got the momentum. I want to go ahead and get this thing accomplished.
Good. Thank you. Do you have anything for strategic planning?
No.
Okay. Lot management, Don?
We still can offer lots for sale, and a big thanks to the committee because they review everything that comes up and is offered to us. I'd just like to thank them, and we only had one for sale this month. Big thanks to the management committee.
Absolutely. Those guys spend a lot of time. In case any of you are interested, do you have any vacancies on that committee?
I don't think so. We're not being able to meet right now, so everything's pretty much internet.
Yeah, COVID's got us all
Tied up.
stagnated, tied up. But hopefully with the vaccine now, we'll start breaking out of this. Public safety, Dennis, fire department.
Yeah, first I'd like to thank, all the men and women with the fire department that, they did a great job, as they always do every year. Fire department had a total of 562 runs, incidents from last year, which is 20 more than the year before, which put us 8th in the county out of 14 fire companies. We're hoping for an open house, if the weather ever warms up, maybe in March. I'll give the office all the different calls that we've had, and we can post it on the Fairfield website.
You brought that up.
Yeah.
What you didn't bring up though is the fact that they need to be acknowledged for the fact that if you look at the landscaping that's been done between the two stations up at 11 of our most western gate, they did a lot of that. I went out there and saw them putting in sprinkler systems. I saw them laying sod, our fire guys.
Yep.
And they did that in conjunction with our maintenance guys, and they were out there side by side doing that. I'd like to thank them for that as well. That's saved us money.
Yes, a lot.
Community patrol, Nikki.
Along with Dennis, I'd like to thank the spy officers for all that they do. They do a lot more than you see them doing. They have several more duties than just patrolling the roads. And a quick overview of what they did. The spy, our fiscal year runs from September to September. So this is from last September to this past September response. The false call for 6, residential alarms 206, animal complaints, dog attacks, barking, rescues, and roaming 95, burglary calls, residential and commercial 2. That's pretty good for a community this big. Damage to property, accidental or intentional 16, debris in the roadways 13, discharging firearms, fireworks, or shots fired calls 21. Those are very scary calls, I might tell you. If you've never gotten one, you don't really want to go on it. So, disorderly conduct, disorderly persons, fights, domestic and other 76. Escorts, people that get lost and need tow trucks and so forth, need escorts from the gate 44. Fire-related calls, structure, vehicle fronts, they always go to the fire department 34. Well, they need to, but they don't always get to. Illegal dumping or littering 9. Juvenile complaints 33 counts. Lights down on the roadway 11. Miles patrolled by SPA 47,641. Motorist assist, people broken down in the ditch and so forth. 42. Noise violations, 51. All other calls, traffic, lookouts, residential, and so forth, 194. Property control checks, 28. Security checks, vacant houses, and so forth, 14. Suspicious persons or vehicles, 106. Thefts, 11. Traffic, accidents, damage caused by vehicles that hit things and hitting each other, 67. Traffic or parking complaints, 149. Traffic stops, vehicles and golf carts, 253. Trees and limbs down in the roads, 72. Trespassing, 39. Water main breaks and sewage lines, 9. Welfare checks, 49. Total citations issued by patrol, 268. That sums up that report. I'd like to say one thing, like it or not, still have thefts and so forth inside of Fairfield. If you have your automobiles and you drive in your own driveway, and I even in my garage, lock your vehicles. Don't leave weapons in your vehicles. Somebody breaks your car, and you got a gun in there, not only got a vehicle break in, they got a weapon now to use on you or somebody else, so that's my little safety tip of the month. Lock your cars, no matter where they are. That's it, sir.
Thanks, Vicky. Roads and maintenance, you wanna deal with that one now?
I can. Yeah, but I get it.
Let's just go to property control while you're pulling that up, Shane.
So property control is, we're on our winter schedule, which means one meeting a month as opposed to our regular 2 meetings a month. So we met in December and we've already met once in January. And, both meetings, we had very full agendas. So, lots of applications to review, lots of projects going on right now. In addition to our regular scheduled meeting for December, we also met, to review the rules and regulations and to make recommendations to the board for updates to the rules and regulations. When that process is complete, and it's been ongoing for quite a while now, but when it's complete, the board will have final approval.
Applications, see a lot of new construction?
Through new construction this month.
Okay, Ashley, you want to be, any grounds in hand?
Sure, we don't really have a whole lot going on right now, but once the weather starts to warm up, we'll have a couple of things that are going on.
Okay. And those folks are also helping up at the fire department with the
Yes.
landscaping.
Yes, that will be one of the things that gets done. I know that they, are responsible also for making sure that the country club, all the holiday stuff for down wrecking season. But yeah, when it warms up, we will be finishing the project at the fire department.
Okay, lakes and dams, Barry?
Lakes and Dams Committee is primarily reviewing, applications for boats, things like this, looking for, as far as regulations, how the boat fits in with Fairfield's regulations. And also looking at, property control, passing things over with lakes and dams for, docks, seawalls and things like that that fall under lakes and dam purview. Looking forward to the season as it gets further on, we'll be coming out with a review of the safety rules for the lake and getting those published to the community.
Okay, thanks. Mickey, roads and maintenance?
Not a lot to report, we they kind of fix them as they find them, and, right now, the, cost, I would say, gonna try to bid it out with the same company, which is gonna save us a lot of money. Cost for asphalt is up a little bit, but the cost for labor is down a little bit. We're looking at Tall Pine Drive right now as a safety issue, and we're looking at, putting some type of warning sign down by the walk where people cross the road, make it more safe for people to use Tall Pine and the adjacent areas. But, as far as roads and maintenance, we're just it's gonna be about the same as last year. We got some roads scheduled to be paid and others not, and we just to go where as far as the money will stretch in the budget, keep the roads. And we're looking at, the lines on the sides, researching, striping different type of, materials that'll last the longest, and be the most economical. Okay.
Anybody have anything else? Allison, do we get any questions for the board? No?
I just
Oh.
wanna say, stay safe. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanna say.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Whole
Be
board says
smart
that.
and stay safe.
And send us questions. If you got questions, send them, and so that we can address them. Other than that, we're done. Just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor of adjourning the open meeting, say aye. Any opposed? Adjournment. Thank y'all.